I could not make a soup or a stew, nor bake a cake or a loaf, though hunger had taught me how to make porridge. I wept again for my helplessness, for the public humiliation of the auction. "It's not so bad," my aunt comforted me. "There are good women in this village, and if they are not good to you, they will have me to reckon with." It was not that I minded so much, though. It was more that I had thought myself special, a child to be prized, and now all of a sudden I was a thing, like a pot or pan, to be bargained over. So I sat and wept throughout Mass, and afterward the priest led me outside to the waiting ring of villagers. He was an Irishman with crinkly red hair and the flushing skin that was different from the blonde hair, blue eyes, and clear pallor of most of our people. His hand rested heavily on my shoulder. I wriggled to get out from underneath it, but he tightened his hold. "In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, who bade us to care for the homeless and the fatherless, I am asking you this morning to find a home for this little sister of ours, reminding you that charity is the essence of our faith, and that you will be piling up a reward for yourselves in heaven." Despite this incentive, there was a long silence. I hung my head. Nobody wanted me, it seemed. Then Bridget from the beyond spoke. We could do with a girl's pair of hands about the place, especially just now with the harvest coming on, but she's really too small, and she's never worked. We always said she was a spoiled one. Greta the Scarred spoke next. "I could train her to work," she said. "There are no lazy girls in my house." I had seen her children, anxious and worn, little workhorses before they were 8 years old. They did not go to school much, and when they did, they had swollen eyes from weeping and the marks of beating on them. I could feel my aunt tense beside me. "What other offers?" said the priest, apparently indifferent as to who should take me in. There was another long silence, and I began pressing my nails tightly into my palms to resist the fate of being taken by Greta. "I will be glad to care for her, if she would like that," Juniper's deep, husky voice suddenly said. I had not noticed her before, but there she was, a head taller than anyone else, standing in the circle directly facing the priest. They made a contrast, the fair-skinned, blushing priest and the dark, glowing woman. Philon's hand tightened even harder on my shoulder. There was no love lost between him and Juniper. "She shall have a Christian home," he said dismissively. "I will send her to Mass, of course," said Juniper. Philon ignored her, but I could feel his hesitation. A murmur was running around the circle. Nobody liked Greta very much, and they did not want to entrust a child to her. Perhaps, too, they were afraid of making Juniper angry, since they feared her powers. In any case, they felt a pull toward Juniper. She was their magic woman, exactly as Philon was their priest. They did not care to have to choose between them. "Why not let Wise Child herself choose?" said Juniper. The people murmured again. I had turned scarlet with the embarrassment of this terrible occasion and the agony of having to choose. For the first time in my life, I looked squarely at Juniper. I saw her slender height, the laughter lines in her face. Even at this moment she had a merry expression, her lips parted over strong white teeth. She had deep, dark eyes that had looked on sorrow somewhere. She wore a dark red dress. Our women dressed themselves